Hi, this is a grocery guru, and today we're going to talk about proper food storage, keeping your food fresh. We talked in another episode how important it is that we don't throw things away. So as you think about your own situation, it seems like fruits and vegetables seem to be the problem area where you throw things away. So I want to talk a little bit about how easy this could be. You don't have to spend a lot of time. So when you get done with your grocery shopping, there's a couple of things you need to do. Keep these bags, keep these plastic bags. And when you have an open item that has no plastic around it, rinse it off quickly, put this plastic bag around it, and you store it like that in your refrigerator. Same thing with this. Green onions, same deal. These green onions have been in there a week. They look just as fresh as they did when they first started. The green onions, same way. And celery, a lot of times celery doesn't have any plastic container either. I do the same thing with celery. It works out great. Just wrap it up. You don't have to do any crazy things like rubber bands or anything like that. Now fruits. Many times fruits come in bags like this. When I get fruit, it takes me a little longer to eat fruit because you have multiple apples. If you have a bigger family, it's not too bad, but they have these nice plastic with a little bit of air holes in it. And then it's got a resealable piece inside. So it works pretty darn slick. So it's important that we keep a hold of these just like that, and you can close it right back up again. Really important, because what happens, you get it in the air, it starts drying out, you start getting wrinkles in your apples. That's not a good deal. So now that we've got it set, now what do? Now we put it in the refrigerator. Now fruits and vegetables are pretty sensitive, so don't put them in the back. What do we put in the back? Milk, half and half. The back part of your refrigerator is the coldest part. Always make sure you put those type of items in there. Now fruits and vegetables, they can go on the front. We don't need to have a lot of cold there. It doesn't have to be constant. So I like to put those items in there like this. We're set to go, and we're ready to take off. Good stuff. Another thing we have a tendency to do when it comes to meat is we're anxious to open this up. We don't have to open it up right away. If you're like us, we only have 2 of us in the house. When I open this up, I cut it half of it, put half of it in the freezer, half of it up here. That way it stays optimum freshness right there. That's what I do. Sometimes bread. After a week after the date, put it in the refrigerator. You're gonna toast it anyway, you should be in good shape. Keep that in mind as well. So there we are. Now let's talk about freezers. Okay, here we go. Here's my freezer. Now the important thing about a freezer is to make sure you get proper rotation. So I have a big family event every Sunday, so I do things a little bit differently, but since I'm the only one that gets in this freezer, I always go right to left. This is the new, this is the old. This is the new, this is the old. This is the new, this is the old. That's how I do mine. Now, if you want to, most of the time, if you're doing a cryovac like I like, there's places to write down the date if you like. If somebody else is getting in here, that's not a bad idea. I don't need to do it because I'm the only one that gets in this freezer. So I know exactly where I am. On the bigger items like down in here, I use those for our family get-togethers, and so I need a little bit larger portion size, just like the hamburger I usually keep. Now, if you want to, you can be a little more, you can cut that in half, freeze both sides if you want. That's up to you. Things like bacon and those kind of things, that's what you want to have in the door. Don't put things that are sensitive in the door. So that's how I handle this. Let's talk about cryovacing a little bit. I have a cryovac machine, and I'm going to bring you this cryovac machine, let you take a look at it, okay? Okay, this is what I use when I come back from the grocery store. I have a packet of plastic, like so. And here's my cryovac machine. And these are pretty inexpensive, around $100. You don't have to get this particular brand. This happens to be a Mueller. I run it like this. I plug it in, open it up, take my plastic bag, put my product in there, drop it in like so, close it up, press the button, it seals it, it takes the air completely out of it, it works perfectly. If you can, go ahead and use this. You can still use freezer bags if you want to. But the key to success on meat is no air. Try this when you can. That's the idea of storage today. This is the Grocery Guru, signing off.